Right, hello, I am David, and about 2 weeks ago I decided to put out a video about talking about Star Wars awful takes. I kind of had a good idea. There is so much I could talk about. DC, Warhammer, and even Destiny. But we're not going to do any of that. I have thought of one of the best things I could ever thought of. And that's going back to the Marvel Universe. There are so many hot takes that I cannot even begin to comprehend. So, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit a goal. If I hit that goal from the end of the year, I'll go bald. I will literally shave my hair. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this absolute monstrosity of Marvel awful takes. MCU? People actually complain about women in the MCU. Maybe it's me, but I haven't seen that stupid phrase in a long while, so hopefully it's faded into obscurity. Now, out of every single one I read through on that thread, I only found a couple of good ones. And the one I've just read, which was the MCU one, now there are a couple of people I could think of that complain about women in the MCU. You know exactly who you are. But it's not the women's fault at all. The MCU has currently combusted into flames in the last couple of years. Any complaints about too much diversity is usually stupid. Complaining that it was bad that Kang lost in Loki and Ant-Man. I can pretty much agree with this statement. I'm on the next level of this next guy. I saw this comment and it kind of makes sense that a lot of people do complain about ethnicities in these certain groups. To throw it under Ant-Man is definitely disingenuous in itself, because although Kang is a pretty good and could have been probably a next contender than Thanos, he was horrible in Ant-Man. He was absolutely amazing in Loki, and I know I'm not the only one that thinks that. I'm not the only one who sat in that cinema for 2.5 hours watching Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania for it to be shit. And a very long time ago, before I got rid of all my older videos, I made a few videos about the Marvels and how I severely dislike that movie. It's the fact that it was horribly written, a forgettable villain, and all sorts, and I still got shit on for that. How I'm on my trusted website, and I cannot believe the first one that comes up is that Marvels got an 8 out of 10. How is that even remotely possible? The reason why I'm putting it in here in this video right now is the fact that it's absolutely horrendous. I'm not even kidding, and I will tell this story right now. Me and my friend went to go watch this movie. We went to McDonald's, went to Home Bargains, came back and forgot we even saw the thing because it was that forgetful. I can't even remember anything that happened in this movie. The only thing I can really remember is the end credit scene, which is now the most important thing because it leads straight into Doomsday now, apparently. Absolutely horrendous. Now, on another website, I scrolled for about 5 minutes and I found one. They are called the top 5 worst Marvel movies today. Now, I'm going to read them and then I'm just going to unravel everything that I found so far. First movie, Ant-Man Quantumania. Captain America Brave New World. Marvels, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Iron Man 2. How the fuck, and I'm not even kidding, Captain America Brave New World and Guardians of the Galaxy 3, one of the top 5 worst movies in Marvel history. That it's mind-blowing. I'm actually baffled that a website this much is actually upset, because Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was pretty good. I thought Captain America Brave New World was an alright movie. Definitely not the worst movie I've ever seen, considering there's like 2 other Ant-Mans that exist and they're probably worse than that. And even then, on this website, calling Captain America, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Iron Man 2 some of the worst movies available at the minute. You have to have a fried brain. Now, I am going to rant about this one more thing. There is another website with more rankings, and I don't quite understand why there are a bunch of websites like this. I've currently looked at some of their stuff, and some of them are pretty good. I mean, I agree with a lot of the stuff that they have to say, but saying that another website has currently found the top 20 worst on Collider, so it's a website I've used before, and they're mostly right. So it's kind of a mix. I don't think Fantastic Four 2015 was by far the worst movie on the planet, and then putting Morbius at like 10th, which shouldn't be the case. I think I lied about Morbius actually. I think they put it as third. But even then, they have so many movies they haven't used, and so many movies that are pretty decent. They have Blade, the Blade trilogy in fact, on here, which makes no sense. They have Venom: The Last Dance. Now, I was also vocal about that movie quite early on at the start of the year, and I don't think it was a bad movie, and I thought it was a pretty okayish movie. I mean, a lot of the Venom movies anyways are okayish, but saying that it's probably the worst 20 Marvel things to exist, you're quite frankly bad in the head and wrong. Now, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I just searched up worst awful Marvel takes and just went on every single website I saw, read for a couple of them, and just put it in the video. That's literally all this is. No like deep dive talks or anything like that. Some did upset me. Some were none of them were right. It just goes to show how common practice getting things wrong is these days. But some were right, and I only mentioned purely for video content. But that's all I really wanted to talk about was the state of Marvel's fans, I guess, just how terrible they are. And I know this is probably the longest video I've ever made because I have got a lot of editing to do as I'm recording this video. Like, I don't even want to do it. But anyways, it's a lot different. I'm not like screaming around, jumping from my chair because quite frankly I can't be bothered. It's like 9:30 at night and I want to go to bed. But anyways, that's all I really want to talk about. Even though I've said that twice now. So yeah. Uh, I'll see you in the next video. Whenever this one gets uploaded and whenever the other one gets uploaded. But yeah, I'll see you later.